No. Oh, actually, going back to the, what do you call it? The Madame President and the Durlins. I think you might be right, because it seems like the entire race was siding with the Dominators for the invasion, but this Chameleon Girl and Chameleon Boy, they're the total opposite. They fight alongside the Legion.
So maybe
she's
being pressed.
Yeah.
She's a victim of circumstance.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's DJ with my brother Jamie.
What's good?
And the Spirit of Bears.
Kinda cool.
Bringing you another Justice Clubhouse podcast, which is number 13.
Yeah.
This episode was of Supergirl titled Alex. And you guys can find a speedtro right here. Roll the clip. While Maggie's trying to defuse the hostage situation, Supergirl shows up and saves the day. Maggie is a bit annoyed at the fact that she showed up just as she was about to defuse the situation. They head to Kara's apartment and have a double date with the respective others. Maggie argues with Kara, while Alex and Manal try to appeal to their partners. When Alex leaves, she is stalked by an unknown assailant. At L-Corp, Rhea talks to Lena and tries to get her to work with her. Lena seems skeptical with the partnership, but decides to hear her out. At Catco, Maggie tells Kara that she hasn't been able to get in contact with Alex. Kara then gets a phone call from an unknown caller who tells her that he has Alex. He tells her that he knows her secret identity, and she must follow his orders to save her. Alex wakes up in a torture room and her kidnapper talks to her. She tells him that she knows who he is, and the team will find her. Kara, Manal, Win, Jean, and Maggie work together to figure out who took her. The rivalry between Kara and Maggie continues. Rhea eats dinner with Lena and tries to convince her to partner. She tells her about the situation with her son and her husband to get sympathy. Jean and Maggie interrogate a suspect who could lead them in the right direction. The man answers their questions smugly, so Kara uses force to make him talk. Jean and Maggie tell her to cool down when they get a call from Win. After getting info from Win, she heads to Midville and confronts Rick Malvern. He's revealed to be a childhood acquaintance of both Kara and Alex. Before Kara can hurt him, he tells her that Alex will be killed unless he aids his father's release from jail. Kara brings Rick to the DEO, where she and Maggie interrogate him. He talks to them about dating Alex and fighting about Kara's powers. He tells her that his father was the one person who cared for him and is mad that he was arrested. Kara snaps and nearly kills him when Maggie talks her down. Back at L-Corp, Lena realizes that Rhea is an alien using a scanning device. She tells Rhea to leave and not to return. Rick is reunited with his father, so Maggie demands to know where Alex is. His father Peter tells him to give them something when he realizes that is John masquerading as him. Meanwhile, Alex uses the items around her to remove a tracker in her shoulder. Wynn realizes the signal being sent to the DEO is from Alex. Rick smiles and seems like he has already planned everything out. Maggie tries to stop Kara from rushing to save Alex, but is unsuccessful. Kara sets off a trap which is Rick to kill Alex and realizes that she's not at the right location. Kara returns to DEO to hurt Rick when she sees the video feed of Alex. Rick threatens to out Kara. She comes close to fighting Alex and his father is not released. Alex tells Kara not to sacrifice her identity to save her. Maggie tells her to hold on and wait for the team to save her. Kara and Alex have another argument before heading out to save her. Rhea visits Lena again and decides to tell her the truth. She asks her again to help her make a transmatter portal. Lena tells her that she will think about it. She calls Kara and tells her that she has a lot to deal with. Kara talks to John and tells him that she feels powerless even with her abilities. John tells her he does not blame her for doing what she needs to do to save Alex. Maggie interrogates Rick again and he tells her that he knows how much she loves Alex. Alex is underwater within the trap and desperately tries to escape. The team frantically work to find Alex while Maggie tries to get Peter. She breaks him out of his cell to turn him over to Rick and save Alex. Kara tries to stop Maggie from making a mistake and tells them both to do the right thing. Peter realizes that he needs to do the right thing to make sure his son doesn't go down a dark path. He gives them the location Alex is being held at, and Kara breaks her out. Alex is reunited with Kara and Maggie. While Alex is recovering at the DEO, she and Maggie share an intimate moment. They reunite with the team when Rick appears. John decides to wipe his mind, but not before Alex punches him. Kara and Maggie mend their friendship, then share a hug. Kara calls Lena and asks what she wanted to talk about. Lena tells her that she has everything under control, and when she hangs up the phone, she is revealed to be working with Rhea. Who's excited to see Superman and Cat Grant at the end of the season? Why is General Zod stepping into the picture? Is he the next big bad for the next season? Will the Time Trapper show up on the DC TV universe and create a pocket universe between Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and the Legends? Will we see more iconic villains like Lobo, Mongol, Apocalyptans, New Genesis? And will we finally resolve that Cadmus storyline with Lillian and Jeremiah? And will Jimmy get a decent storyline? We'll find out in the next episode of Supergirl. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. One sentence. Somebody save me. That's perfect for this episode. Why did I think about that? How you do it, just Smallville reference on Supergirl. Okay. The main premise of this one was like a Saw-based episode where Alex was taken. Also focused on the relationship between Kara and Maggie, because we never really seen them interact like this. Yeah. It's usually just like, hey, how are you doing? And they're off to do their own jobs. But here, they actually had to work together since Alex was taken by a former childhood acquaintance of her and Kara, and it was actually somebody that Alex had dated back when they're kids. Or they went on one date. Yeah. But it was still something. And he knew about Kara's power powers because he flashed back to that scene from the first season of her saving the girl in the burning car.
Yeah, or the lady and kid. Yeah,
and he saw that. He saw her get exploded, but she just walked away from it. That was pretty badass.
Yeah.
So he took Alex because of what?
Father. He wants his father back, who is in jail.
I think his name was Peter Thompson.
Yeah.
Or was it Burton Thompson? Because that's
something
only
Thompson.
I only saw a
I think
Burton
it's Peter.
Thompson.
Peter is
They just have different last names because he was raised by his mother, right? That's what he said, and she was abusive.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like a traumatized kid. He wants his dad back because it's the only good constant in his life, and was taken away because
he a murderer.
Did he mean to murder?
He said he murdered 2 people, but
yeah.
The son said it was for the right reason, and I'm guessing one of the murders was of the mother. It makes sense because she's abusive, and he's
maybe she had a boyfriend and he killed.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe
or in self-defense.
Or maybe to get the son out of that abusive relationship.
Yeah, so victims of circumstance.
Yeah.
And he knows that's surprising that we have a bad guy that's not powered, who kind of stayed off the radar for this long.
Just a bit psycho.
Yeah, and he knew who everyone was on the team, especially.
He's like, I could tell. I put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
You're Kara.
And Jean, he was like, you didn't think I prepared for you, Martian? That was crazy. I don't even know. Badassery, that is Alex, though. She was trying to get out of that vice that she was in, and that little, I don't even know what you call those. It's just like a torture box.
Yeah.
And she did the whole Saw thing where she was like cutting herself to get the tracker that was embedded in her skin by the DEO, right?
Yeah, that was
just encased so that they could find
injected. Yeah, so it's like a personal tracker. Super personal tracker.
And Win got the ping. He's like, oh, she's a genius, yes. Yeah. And he was like geeking out and everything. Manel was there, but he didn't really do much. They had like a double date at the beginning of the episode, remember?
Yeah.
So that's where the rivalry started at the beginning of the episode, because Kara was trying to, what's the word? She interrupted Maggie's job by doing it for her. Confusing the situation, because I think Maggie was trying to talk down a hostage taker, and Kara just dip. And basically the argument between the two is Kara figured that it's easier to punch than to talk, and sometimes talking is actually more hurtful than just acting. And I totally get both points of that story, but
I think it depends on the circumstance.
Yeah, and they're both right. The thing is, I didn't really like the argument that they had, like who mattered more to Alex, or who Alex mattered more to. They're going back and forth.
She loved me more. Oh, she loved me more.
But it shouldn't matter. You should just focus on trying to save the person. I think I felt like they just dragged that just a little too long. Like they made these female leads a little too. They get too caught up in small problems.
Yeah.
When they should be out there saving the day, because they spent a lot of the episode arguing when they could have just been focusing all their attention on saving Alex, which was what Win and Jean did. And Manel was just like, I don't know computer, so we're gonna find her. He was just like the hype dude, the positive guy, the optimist. Surprisingly, Kara and Maggie are able to convince his father to do the right thing, which is tell them where Alex is, and they save her. Yeah, she's reunited with everybody, and sadly Jimmy was nowhere to be seen at all this episode. Feel bad for that character.
Jimmy and Lyra, where have they gone?
Oh,
I'm just
questions.
Kidding. I'm just kidding. That's
Oh, and Lena and Rhea, this episode, they're like building like a friendship, and
but Lena's too smart for that.
Yeah,
she's like, hey, could you put your fingerprint right here, because you get elevator access and everything.
Yeah. You an alien, get away. But Rhea decides to come clean and says to Lena that she needs help building this sort of transmuter portal. Portal, which is like the thing that Win built. Like how he reconstructed it. You know, Lena was like, she was trying to ask Kara throughout the episode what she felt about it, but timing sucks with superheroes, and it was a little too late, because she's like, I got this under control. But in reality, she got swayed by Rhea to do work with one another.
Yeah.
It ends pretty happily, I guess, for Team Supergirl. Everyone's like together. I like the moment between Jean and Kara. You know, like she felt like bad. Like she didn't want to tell Maggie that she felt bad about what she did, which is like putting what's her name in jeopardy.
Yeah,
Alex. And he's like, no, you did what you had to do for your sister. And also like that moment between, like she had that moment with Manal as well, and then they patched things up between her and Maggie, which was cool. And now that that's out of the way, hopefully the Sandverse thing, that moves forward. No more drama.
Sandverse?
Yeah.
Sawyer Dan. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they call him. I don't know. I'll call him Magix. Magix.
Malix.
Malik. Yeah, there we go. Malix is better than Sandverse. But now that's all been dealt with, the last 3 episodes, move forward. Do something more story-driven, more action.
Yeah, these 2 episodes were kind of fillers to me.
Don't say kind of. They were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just...
Thank you for agreeing with me.
There were good fillers.
I was kind of scared. I thought you were going to be like, no.
They were good fillers, but they were fillers nonetheless. Yeah. So we need more like what's going on. I felt like they
should have built up
on Rhea's story.
Yeah, there you go.
And Cadmus, but it was more of like a building of relationships when we already know that they exist.
Yeah. Like if they're going to incorporate that, they shouldn't do that the entire episode like you said.
Yeah.
They should do like a small piece of the episode.
Yeah.
And then focus on like actual story.
Or make it funny. Like have Kara flying around with Maggie on her like back or like carrying her and then arguing.
Yeah.
Like make it like instead of like standing there, what are you supposed to achieve? She has super strength, super speed. Why does she have to be standing there when she could carry this person? And I know it's like a budgetary thing, but could you could just wires and
yeah.
I'm getting a little technical, but you know what I'm saying? They could have done that.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's how the episode ends. Did we miss anything else?
You talked about Lena actually going through with the plan with Rhea.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's how it ended.
So we move on to Easter eggs.
You can go ahead. Oh yeah, the Man of Steel reference. That's like the biggest one to me.
Okay.
Where she saved the kid and the mother. Yeah. And the explosion is very similar to the Man of Steel movie where the kids figured out that he's super strong.
Well, I like those moments when people see them. Sometimes they need to be acknowledged that they save people. I actually I took that when you said that. I accidentally thought of a different part of Man of Steel, but now it's just like
when in
off.
The bus.
Yeah, I
talked
about the dude's wheelchair exploding. But this time it's like the opposite.
I was thinking of the bus scene where is drowning.
Yeah, when he pushed the water.
Yeah, I got the kids out. Yeah,
that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I was like, I wrote here on the Easter egg, the explosion Kara survived in the flashback seemed like a nod to the scene. It's Superman.
I mean, I guess, but I was thinking of the other movie. Yeah.
No, but the thing is, everyone lived in this version. Like in Supergirl, she saved everyone, but he didn't. Peter/Burton Thompson is a supporting character of Superman in DC Comics, which was his father. And Rick
Malvern.
Yes, is a DC Comics character who dated Kara in college, and they eventually grew apart due to her not telling the truth about being Supergirl. And he revealed that he knew all along, but died telling her he loved her. So he was a love interest of Kara, but here he was a love interest of Alex instead. But they kept the whole he knew her secret deal. So that's pretty cool. And this is the first time we've seen Midvale. We've seen it in flashbacks, but they've never actually been back to it. Unless does their mom still live there?
Mama Danvers?
Yeah. Does she still live in Midvale or no?
I'm not sure. She probably does.
Oh, okay.
If
so
she doesn't visit her family.
Yeah.
You know?
So we haven't
Should be there more often in the episodes.
Why doesn't she just move to National City?
I don't know. Well, maybe she has a job there because she's a scientist, right?
Yeah.
So maybe she's just,
or maybe it's safe too. Like maybe they want her to stay away from that. And the episode was obviously not to Saw.
Yeah.
Shall we play a game, Alex?
That's all I got.
That's all I got, dude.
I'm sweating. Random fact of the day. Theories, what's to come?
Oh, yes. What did we see in the previews?
I don't remember.
It was...
I know it's called City of Lost Children, but...
Yes. So, an alien attacks National City, and Supergirl learns that the alien is a Forian, which is a peaceful race with telekinetic powers.
That's crazy. It's like a mother and son.
Yeah. And Guardian gets a lead on the Forian's address, but instead of finding the culprit, he finds a scared little boy named Marcus.
Yeah, purple glowing eyes.
Yeah. Marcus only trusts James, so it's up to Guardian to stop the attacks on the city, and Rhea's plan escalates. See, now this is where, why do they just missed a couple of, I feel, what could have been good Guardian episodes and what could have been good Guardian storylines, especially with Cadmus, because that would have been cool nod to what goes on in the comics.
Yeah, but before you continue, we also got to keep in mind that maybe these 2 filler episodes, I just totally flipped the switch, but maybe it's budgetary issues, maybe they had to put these filler episodes to save up for these last 3 episodes,
which better be damn amazing, hopefully.
But yeah, continue.
And they just
Guardian.
They just jam him into random spots. The story doesn't progress farther than what happens in the episode. Once he's got a problem, it's just for that episode. He doesn't have a decent arc. He's just there.
Yeah.
Where was he? I thought he was a friend of Alex. Why wasn't he here? Why didn't the team tell him to come over? And I know like he's super underpowered compared to Manel and Car. And why didn't Manel or John actually go out there to try to find her? Why didn't we see scenes of them like patrolling the streets and stuff? Wynn was literally the only one that actually didn't leave his desk until he found a location.
Yeah.
Like he's back there, but at least he's doing something. They had like, so they're all over the place. Like, oh, feelings. And then now they're gonna put James into like this alien storyline, which hopefully actually has something to do with Cadmus or even the president. See, they have like so many story arcs that they have really not resolved yet.
Yeah. Well, so, hopefully it's going to be resolved in these last 3 episodes.
Yeah. So we got Rhea and Lena.
Yeah.
Then you got Cadmus with Lily and Jeremiah.
Yeah.
And then we have the President Marsden, who looks like a bird.
Yeah, I think I figured. Well, it got revealed who she is. Sorry,
go ahead. Just say it.
Yeah, she's apparently a Durlin, which is an alien race.
Sounds like an elf.
Yeah, it's very similar. Like in the comics, you could see that she looks exactly like them. And 2 of I think they're Legion characters.
Yeah.
Cosmic Boy and Cosmic Girl.
Yeah.
They're both Durlin. And she could possibly be Cosmic Girl.
Oh. I know who Cosmic Boy is. Cosmic Boy is he got magnetism as his abilities. And he was on Smallville too.
I could be wrong. Just let me see.
He was a Legionnaire.
Yeah. And it'll tie because the Durlin storyline, from what I read, is in the Legion of Superheroes storyline.
So she's from the future.
Yeah.
But then again, it doesn't necessarily have to be from the future. It could just be from another world. You know, they can make it like that instead of time.
Yeah.
They could make it another world that exists within the Milky Way or somewhere just far away.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, it says right here that they're on Earth 38. So.
Oh, Durlin, huh? So she's good. Maybe she's hiding from Rhea.
Maybe she's hiding.
Maybe she's pressed by Cadmus. Maybe just like circumstances made her like take refuge with a bunch of her alien friends on Earth.
Apparently here, I'm reading right now, it says when Earth was invaded by the Dominators, Durlins were part of that invasion force.
Mm-hmm.
They used their shape-shifting powers to impersonate leaders of Cuba and built a fortress on the island nation to house a teleportation device. So we don't know if
she's a bad guy or not.
Yeah. Well, it says right here they're defeated, however, by the Flash and the Manhunters.
Oh.
So maybe she has something to do with Rhea. Like they're tied.
Maybe like Rhea is threatening to kill off her people unless she does what she wants. Does that make sense?
Too, yeah. That too.
There's a reason as to why she appealed to aliens before, so like it covers up everything else that they're doing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to think I like believing that some people do things because they're not innately bad, but they might have a bigger story as to what's going on with them.
Yeah.
So that might be the case for her. She might just be doing what she has to do to protect herself or protect people around her. She looks like a bird.
Yeah.
We go back to that. She looks like a bird. Tweet, tweet.
Sorry, I could be wrong. Wait, 1 second.
Well, no, because shapeshifting. That's exactly what she did.
A chameleon girl.
Chameleon
not
girl.
Cosmic Girl. Sorry.
Okay.
Scratch all of that when I said Chameleon Boy and Chameleon Girl are Durlins.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And they're shapeshifters.
I like it. I like that theory.
And they're still part of Legion.
Legion Superhero Season 3. That would be awesome.
Yes.
And then we have Superman returning at the end of the season, as well as Cat Grant and General Zod will be making his appearance. So he'll probably be one of a couple big bads for next season. Because Supergirl, she kind of needs a couple heavy hitters because she's so OP.
Yeah.
And even in their universe, she's sort of underpowered, but she's still way overpowered for the DC TV universe. But we mentioned this before, and this is probably what, unless you do have any other theories?
No.
As to what's going to happen moving forward? No. Okay, so this is kind of like out there, but I think I mentioned this a couple times, but I would really love for these shows to be tied together by a pocket universe being created by the villain called the Time Trapper in DC Comics. He is known to have a storyline with not only Mon-El, but also the Flash, having to do with what's going on in the Phantom Zone. So that'll be really cool to see like that Earth 38 and Earth 1, whatever way you see it, whatever perspective you see them as. Just the Earth that Supergirl is on and the Earth that Flash, Arrow,
when
and Legends
Earths
are on.
collide.
Yeah, are combined so that way they can have like a better way of crossing over. Like they don't always have to, like Flash and Arrow and Legends, they're pretty good at creating stories where their villains really just pertain to them. And I know people are like, common sense is just like trade enemies. Mm-hmm. Or have Flash deal with this guy and then have like Ragman deal with like his bad guy. Like, but the thing is, in comic books, Do you guys see people interrupting other heroes when they're trying to deal with their own bad guys? Not really, unless it's like a global threat. It's usually like if it's their city to protect, they protect it.
Yeah.
So you got to see it that way. Like, if that's what the show's premise was, they should just create one TV show where it pairs off certain heroes to
tasks.
And then we had an idea of calling it Watchtower, which would be sick. Like by the end of this, like once all these seasons are, all these shows have gone throughout the seasons and they're at their peak and they're about to end, they should gear up for that. Because all these people are still pretty young to be playing the heroes, and they could probably have a couple, maybe 15, 20 more years to portray them before they get real old.
Yeah, true.
So, you know, that's another idea. Maybe they can make a Watchtower series and have the whole super legendary Flowerverse go into it, and then they're in Watchtower, and then all the villains that they've collected over the years just create like the Legion of Doom, an even bigger version, or what's the other one? The Justice, the evil, what is it?
The Justice, the Secret Society of Supervillains.
Yeah, there you go. They could do all this. By the end of it, of course, this is more of like this is an origins thing. And the reason why, another thing is why the heroes are the way they are is because they're still at the beginning of their careers.
Yeah.
A lot of the people that watch these now are either ones that read comics way before like the cartoons came out, but we came out when the cartoons came out, and the reason why people love those is because they're experienced already. They had come together after they had years and years. You don't know how we're still like Oliver has been doing this for 5 years, but that's really not that long of being a vigilante, and look at how much he's accomplished and gone through.
Yeah. True.
And it's as brought down to earth as you can be in a universe full of superheroes and supervillains.
Yeah.
And Barry, he's a super noob. Kara is a super noob. Everyone on the Wave Rider is so inexperienced. Like, it's
compared to how we've seen them as in, like when they're in the Justice League.
Exactly. And that's what makes it interesting, because you don't know how they're going to react.
You kind of got to clarify that, because people are going to be like, oh yeah, they're inexperienced. Oh, now they're saying this about these characters. Yeah,
but that's how it was. They're building up to that. If they're already as badass as we want them to, if they're as badass as they want, as we want them to be, the shows wouldn't be as entertaining as they are, because we could predict that, they're gonna stop him. They're gonna stop the bad guys.
Yeah,
easily. Like Future Barry, he took down Mirror Master, who could bend a damn building. You saw that?
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought that was like Vertigo's powers was messing with his head, but that building was actually tilted.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, imagine his future self was able to deal with that in a second.
True.
Whereas his past self couldn't even move from the position that he was in. He was freaking, I don't want to say that word. He was freaking topped. We just need to give it some time. This is still origins for everybody. And the only thing I have like a bit of a gripe with, I guess, is like they're throwing in villains that are like either too cliche, or they've been established already, or they're too powerful for them or something like that. And then they deal with like they kind of like wash them away very quickly, you know, without it really building up to the conflict or anything. You got any other theories?
No. Oh, actually, going back to the Madame President and the Derlins, I think you might be right, because it seems like the entire race was siding with the Dominators for the invasion, but this Chameleon Girl and Chameleon Boy, they're the total opposite. They fight alongside the Legion. So maybe she's
being pressed.
Yeah,
she's a victim of circumstance.
Yeah,
is that it though?
That'd be sick if she introduced
the Legion
to that group.
That'd be awesome.
And like Supergirl's group,
like we said, it doesn't even have to deal with time. They could just be from another Earth.
Yeah,
because she said
she's like this. I just imagine the president showing up. She's like, "Do you have this?" And then she shows the Legion ring too.
Yeah, because remember Lyra? She said she's from Starhaven.
Yeah, which is where
just like another planet. Whereas
close to where the Legion are located.
Yeah, see, that's the thing though. The Legion are located in the future, whereas here it's a world. Does that make sense? So they can make the Legion like they're like apocalyptans, a New Genesis people. Like you know what I'm saying? They just from another world. Oh, that'd be so cool. That's another thing. We would love for them to do that. Lobo, Mongol, Apocalypse, New Genesis. They have so much to toy with.
Yes.
And I would love to see Themyscira. That'd be awesome if Supergirl went onto the Amazon base. I would love that. Anything else? Any other theories?
It says the original Legion HQ was a rocket ship called the Clubhouse. That's so sick.
That's ours though.
That's sick. We combined both The Justice League and the Clubhouse.
Are the Justice Clubhouse.
Clubhouse.
Yeah.
That is
so any other theories?
No.
Final thoughts about this episode?
It was a filler, like I said, but, you know, I can't hate it. So it's pretty average.
As a fan of the show, like, I love every episode. I don't think I could ever have a problem with it.
True.
And I think it was a very good season compared to the first, and I just hope that they end it with like a bang.
Yeah.
That's what I hope. Yes, please, no more drama. That's the one piece of criticism we could give to the show is just chill it with the drama and let Supergirl be super.
If you can't end it, just lessen it.
Yes.
Little doses.
Like maybe like 2 seconds of drama and then go back to the crime fight. Oh, and suit up Mon-El before the end of the season, please.
Maybe it's, what do you call it? I know this is a stretch, but that would be sick if one of the Legion rings have a suit in it, like how the Flash ring, and she's just like, oh, you just take this, press it, and then she suits up the Madame President, and then he's like, oh, I want one.
Yeah, that'd be. I feel like hopefully like they give him his suit like in what?
What if that the ring that's at, what do you call it, Fortress is what holds
a suit?
Yeah, because doesn't he like look up to Superman? Yeah, and the suit is very similar, so maybe.
So what if, and then like building off of that, what if it's like a Superboy inspired suit instead, not like his normal?
Yeah, it makes sense that it's in the fortress.
Yeah. This is a prototype, but you could have it.
Yeah,
that'd be sick. Then Wynn's like, haha, because I totally forgot. Took him the whole season. He still hasn't made the damn suit. And then
it'd be inspiration for Cisco to build a Flash ring.
Yes.
Or use like Eobard's Flash ring, you know, to incorporate Barry's suit.
That'd be insane.
Yes.
So, I think something's gonna happen to Superman at the finale.
Oh, he's coming back.
Yeah, which is why probably Mon-El will have to help Kara, maybe help him get him back.
Ooh.
Maybe they have to seal Zod in the Phantom Zone.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
And Kal-El decides to go.
Yeah.
Or like he can't. No, he doesn't decide to go, but Clark just sacrifices himself or something.
Yeah.
What do you rate this episode?
I give this 7.9. So what did I do last week?
7.9.
Yeah, I'll give it 7.9 Legion rings out of 10.
That's low.
Yeah.
That's low.
I think last week was lower. I think I gave it a straight 7. So this one's a little, you know?
Sweet cherry. I give this 10 jigsaws out of 10.
Nice.
Or what do you think about the episode, Bears?
April 25th, 2014, 24.
Nice. So, hashtags for this episode.
Oh, Bears?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
All right, go ahead, Bears. Hashtag
Slytherin.
Clubhouse.
Kidnap. It sort of made sense. So, hashtag
Slytherin.
Clubhouse.
Kidnap. So that being said, you guys go leave a comment down below what you thought about the episode. I mean, leave a like if you enjoyed.
Come over to my channel where we figure out exactly how to make your own Philosopher's Stone. We don't actually know how, but we do have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. videos, so that's kind of cool, right? It's something. It's a good, just come check me out, please.
Be sure to check out our creators' code as well as social links down below. With that being said, thank you guys for watching the 13th episode of the Justice Clubhouse Podcast.
Woo!
We got like 3 more weeks of episodes.
And then that's it.
That's it. 9 and then these 2. 11 episodes left.
Just be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and all that stuff.
Instagram.
Because just in case like we decide to change up stuff.
Yeah.
But
updates.
The thing is, we're always going to be doing this as long as the shows keep coming.
Yeah.
And we might be switching different places and where we're doing it, but
new media
eventually
outlets.
you guys will see what happens, and hopefully you guys continue to support us. But for those that do, thank you so much. We really enjoyed doing this, and with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
April 25th, 2014, 24.